Hello, Dale Knepper here. This is the second module in the course Values Education Through Critical Thinking. In the last video, I talked about three major goals in the course. First, teaching pupils to value principles to build a learning relationship. Second, teaching your pupils ways of thinking for themselves. And finally, three, addressing functional literacy. Like building a house, let's first lay the foundation for the structure that will encompass our goals. This brings us to values, principles, and building paradigms. In this course, I use the word value to mean a choice as to which principles to value or not. These values are often shared by others. By principle, I mean self-evident truths. Principles, like truths, exist all by themselves and are independent of our values. By truth, I simply mean what is real. In the Declaration of Independence, it is written, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Such things then as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, rights, truth, justice, compassion, faith, and so on, are all examples of what I call principles. A paradigm is a way of thinking that is used to explain or predict what will happen next. In this course, we use logical thinking skills to build paradigms. These paradigms will incorporate both value choices and principles. You have probably heard of a paradigm shift. That refers to a change from one way of thinking to another. If we use paradigms that conflict with those ways of thinking that students already use, then our pupils may experience a paradigm shift. As a teacher, I do want to enable my pupils to engage and to change their values and views as they learn to think critically about which principles they choose to value. We need to help such a pupil to change from that way of thinking to a more positive way. Students need to understand that a certain amount of respect is given equally to all people, not because they have to earn it, but because they have human dignity. Beyond that, yes, respect must be earned, but not stolen. In this module then, and in following ones, we discuss values as choices, to use principles as ways of thinking. Starting in the fourth module, we will cover a list of principles that, if valued through a healthy paradigm, will allow both you as the teacher and the pupils to succeed through learning relationships built upon mutual trust. The introduction begins with the themes we call the premise.